as I wrote this script, I just got more and more annoyed. Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Dandy, and oh, tissue ball. Go get it. This is my first video actually filming in 2021, and all I have to say is my predictions from my predictions video a couple of weeks ago was pretty accurate, and it's only the 10th. Anyway, with the US even more divided than ever, I thought we could unite over the fact that Wonder Woman 1984 is just not good. If you're new to my channel, I make videos all about my lifestyle and commentary, so make sure you hit the subscribe because I make new videos every Monday and sometimes on Thursdays. Alright, let's get into it. The synopsis that I stole from IMDb, I'm gonna read it. Diana must contend with a work colleague and businessman whose desire for extreme wealth sends the world down a path of destruction after an ancient artifact that grants wishes goes missing. This movie is directed by Patty Jenkins, stars Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman / Diana Prince, Chris Pine as Steve Trevor, Kristen Wiig as Barbara Minerva, and Pedro Pascal as Maxwell Lord. Okay, I have to be honest with you guys, I didn't realize that was Pedro Pascal like the whole movie. After I looked at the cast, I was like, oh, I feel dumb. Anyway, let's get into what I liked about the movie. Also, spoilers, and spoilers. This is your spoiler warning. Thank you. Goodbye. Just like in my Wonder Woman review a couple years back, which by the way is not great. I was really tired when I filmed it, so I would watch it on 2x speed if you want to watch it. But one of my favorite things about Wonder Woman and also Wonder Woman 1984 was the chemistry between Gal Gadot and Chris Pine. Also, like 80% of the fight scenes were really good, aside from like that one fight scene with Cheetah and Wonder Woman. I was like, when I saw the trailer with Cheetah in it, I was like, this looks terrible. So the opening scene with young Diana was like one of the best scenes in the movie, which is really sad because it just like went downhill from there, and that just makes me sad because the beginning was so good. And I also like the scene with Wonder Woman and her like fighting the thieves in the mall. That was a really good scene too, but also at the beginning, like the first act, I'm okay with. Gal Gadot's performance I thought was good for what was written for her. Chris Pine, nah, I'm kind of indifferent. One of the scenes with Barbara and Diana Prince where Barbara's like fangirling over her is basically me. Like, I would be like that if I met Gal Gadot / Diana Prince. I'd be like, oh my gosh, fangirl, let me fangirl. Anyway, I related to Barbara in that moment. So that's pretty much what I liked about the movie. Now let's get into what the not so great things were. First, the length. The movie was way too long. I don't know why it was so long. I feel like they focused way too much on stupid stuff. Like during Act 2, I was like, I miss my dog. Like, can I leave? Like, I'm kind of bored. The second act was so slow and there was a lot of dialogue and I was just like,
where's Wonder Woman? I want to see more of that.
My biggest issue with this movie is the writing, so let's get into the writing, shall we? So Patty Jenkins had a writing credit on this movie, and I'm just like, girl. Some writing oopsies include, there's a scene with Diana and Steve pulls out these plane tickets out of the trash can. He's like, oh, he's going to Cairo. And it's just like,
what?
Like, if he was using the tickets to go to Cairo, wouldn't he need them to get on the plane? A solution that I thought of in like 0.02 seconds was like, hey, maybe pull up a computer and see that there's an email confirmation open for a flight going to freaking Cairo. Like, that would make way more sense, but like, for some reason, all these really professional filmmakers couldn't have thought of that. Seriously? Do better, guys, okay? Do better. Second, the wish stone, which, you guessed it, grants wishes by touching it. So, Diana wishes for Steve back, and he comes back not as Steve, but as some rando guy. And it's just like, why? The stone's like, hey, here's your boyfriend back, but he's in the body of this guy, so you're welcome. Okay, I'm gonna say this as gently as possible. Diana and Steve were intimate, but Steve wasn't Steve, he was in someone else's body. So, that wasn't consensual. That's all I have to say. The roles were reversed.
Well, then everyone loses their minds.
I don't understand what the writers were thinking. Why would that be a good idea? There's a scene at the end where she's talking to the actual guy. And I'm just like, this isn't right. This is so weird. What is going on? Like, why couldn't they just have him come back as a dude? Like, just as him. We're moving on. So the whole,
I'm Barbara, insecure and sensitive, but I'm gonna turn to the bad guy.
that's been done so many times, and I don't know what her origin story is like in the comics, but as a movie, like, they should have thought of something better. Like, they've done it 3 other times, I think, in DC movies. So it's just like, baby girl, what are you thinking? But I will say, Kristen Wiig, love her. She looked amazing in this movie. That one scene in that one dress, I was like, girl, you're killing it. Killing it. Fourth, Maxwell Lord, played by Pedro Pascal. He's just the worst, honestly. I know he's the villain, but he's just a terrible villain. I'm just gonna be blunt. My gripe with the first Wonder Woman was the villain was hella lame. Like, it was very clear who the villain was, like, the whole time, and they're like supposed to be like some giant plot twist, and I was like, duh. Anyway, Maxwell Lord, okay, so he gets the wish stone and he's like, I want to be the stone itself, and I'm like, wait, is he gonna turn into a rock? But no, he stays as a human, and I'm like, how did the stone know he wanted his human form? He didn't say it. Anyway, I thought that was stupid. So by the end of the movie, he like reconciles with his son, and then like la la la. And I'm like, wait, shouldn't he like go to jail because he just tried to destroy the world? Like, he's not gonna see his son anytime soon. Basically, they didn't even touch on it, and it was stupid. Fifth, the actual stone. Diana figures out that it's the god of lies that powers the stone. And I'm like, okay, sure. Who is this god of lies? That's it. That's all we get. He's the god of lies. The end. But there's so many different gods throughout like mythology and like world religion. We don't even get a name. Seriously? It's just bad writing. I'm like, that's so stupid. Like, if you're gonna make the god of lies the freaking god that powers the stone, maybe you should give him a name and kind of like what he is. Like, why? Nothing. We get nothing. Again, do better, guys. Seriously, do better. Sixth and lastly, because I don't want to beat this horse that much, the scene where Max is granting all the wishes via like GPS broadcast or satellite I don't even know. The movie explained it very terribly, but like the particles are like touching everybody, and that's how he can grant all these wishes without actually being there. Huh? Like, how does that work? That doesn't make sense. And then he goes into this vortex thing and he's like freaking out, being a villain, whatever. And you don't really know what the vortex is. Cause I'm like, what is this? Cause I thought it was just like a broadcast. And then he goes into this vortex thing. And I'm like, what? Wonder Woman uses her lasso of truth and grabs a hold of his leg, and somehow she's broadcasting her voice via the lasso of truth? I don't understand that at all. And then she convinces everyone to take back their wish. And I was just like, this makes no sense. Anyway, that's it for this video. My grade for Wonder Woman 1984 would be a C. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button if you liked it. Comment below, share, do all the things, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye! Oh.